always pushing for the animal welfare side of things, which is amazing. The guidelines also indicate that every sheltering organization has a max capacity for care, and the population in their care can't exceed that level. And LAPS has always been very strict about that, which is why LAPS is one of a kind and very unique in what we do, is that we don't push that overcrowding, so we don't get those stressed animals. So this building, though, increases our capacity, so it actually helps us with that aspect of things too. So it's a win-win all around. So on a personal note, I've worked on this for the last couple of years. I think I was pregnant at the time, and now my daughter's 3, so that kind of delineates the timeline. But more so professionally, as a vet, to see a shelter put so much emphasis on welfare and the medicine of them is just astonishing. But even more so, I guess, is that the township of Langley would also agree with us and want to back us on this, and to make the township one of a kind and unique and have the world look at the township for this type of thing. Incredibly generous that our donors agree with us too, and all the volunteers close around BC and around the world have been able to get behind us on this too. Lastly though, from the board of directors, we need to thank Jane, who's been the person who's been spearhead, she's been the point person for absolutely every little detail that's gone into this building, and probably some of it, the engineering stuff especially, that type of thing is very hard for me to wrap my head around. But Jane's just been there from the get-go and has dealt with all the for animals and given this project a spark, passion, and it's just amazing. So on behalf of the board of directors, thank you everybody for coming, and I hope you'll enjoy the tours today, that you can walk through and see all the stuff you worked so hard on. Thank you.
Okay, last one, and then you get to go in and see everything. So this journey started with a dream, was drawn into reality by the very talented Ian McDonald from Carscadden Stokes McDonald Architects, constructed by the generosity of E&M Construction. But ultimately, this building was built with the love of a huge community of people. The building of our new cat intake and isolation facility has been a long process. It is hard to put into words. I'll try not to weave through this entire thing. It's been a long process. It's hard to put into words what this journey has been like. We have experienced so many highs and lows during the process. We've made a lot of new friends, received a lot of amazing support from both our local and worldwide communities. And I have to say, I honestly wondered at times whether we would actually ever even get it built. But look at what we have done. It is built, it is beautiful, it's useful, and it's going to help so many cats and kittens in the years to come. We know so much more about animal care than when I started in this industry. I was going to put the years in there, and then I was like... So much has changed for the better. We know the positive impact that things like nutrition, veterinary care, stress, and housing have on the well-being of an animal. We know that the best way to keep cats healthy and to ensure their well-being is to provide them with really great housing. This has always been a focus at LAPS. It just makes sense that it would be even more important for sick cats. We've seen the effect that housing has on cats many times at LAPS over the years. Cats that behave ferociously and look unadoptable, once moved to larger and lower stress spaces, often become purry and affectionate. This building was designed to provide the best environment based on research that we could build. It will truly change for the better the way sick cats and kittens are cared for. Over the course of this incredible journey, we have learned many things, met many new people, have said goodbye to some old friends, wished some longtime staff members success and happiness in new adventures, and have even changed the way we look with a fancy, beautiful new building in our parking lot. What will not change is LAPS's commitment to providing the best care possible to the animals who are sheltered here. It will not change the fact that we are still a little shelter in Langley whose best feature is the people who make up our staff team, who continue... Our staff team who continue to be as committed to each other as they are to the animals and the organization. our incredibly dedicated volunteer team who always go above and beyond to help the animals. While the building and the progress we make in animal sheltering may make us look fancier, it will never change our shelter hearts and our desire to be in the trenches and on the front line working to help the more than 1,400 animals who need us each year. By working together, we have achieved a place of healing for thousands of cats and kittens who will need our help in the coming years. And this was made possible because of support from longtime friends and supporters like Pat and Mark Dumont, who made a $50,000 donation at the very beginning of this project and both inspired us and gave us the courage to begin the journey. A donation from the Schuin Foundation of $20,000 further inspired us. People cheering us on throughout the process, like Janet Young, who donated close to $10,000 over the process, herself, along with hundreds of others, both locally and from around the world, helping us to raise the funds we needed. We've had many businesses, small and large, help to support the project. There were right around 16 contractors and companies who donated to this building. There's actually a list inside, so you can read all about them, including companies like Lafarge and Pronex and Brodan Electric, and of course E&M Construction. We owe a huge debt of gratitude for the always progressive Township of Langley, who saw the need and value of cats in our community and committed $225,000 to help ensure that we could make our building come to life. It wasn't just money that went into making this building a possibility, because even once we'd raised our target of $550,000, we realized through the tendering process that we actually didn't have enough money. In fact, we were $150,000 shy of the lowest tendered bid. That was a bit devastating. That is where Angie Qualley came in. She came to our rescue and she introduced us to Colin Lacey from E&M Construction. And I just want to take a moment to recognize E&M Construction and in particular the Lacey family. First of all, they donated probably about $75,000 in profits and time and materials to us, which was amazing in itself. Colin Lacey committed to donating his time. He and Dan agreed to forego any profits in order to ensure that our cat intake and isolation facility would be built for the budget that we had, which they have done. I knew Colin. I knew that Colin and his brother Brad, who worked for Colin as our site supervisor and chief carpenter, were serious about their commitment to our budget when the very first task was erecting our construction fencing. Colin managed to get the fencing donated, of course, and to save us the setup fee, Colin and Brad and their wives and their children all came to the shelter one day after school to actually set up the fencing. Just extraordinary to me. Both families have been involved throughout the project, each helping where they could. Karen, Colin's wife, has spent hours of her time assisting us with getting the building ready for opening. Thank you, Karen. Colin used his commitment and enthusiasm for this project to inspire, well, actually strong-arm sometimes, every tradesperson and business to provide a donation or price break on services and supplies. Thank you, Colin. Without you, this project would have never been built. I just want to give a special thanks to Brad Lacey, who I swear sometimes I think he built the entire thing himself. He was here day after day, often by himself, doing the building. So thank you, Brad. So with the building secured, we realized we were going to need to raise a little more money to finish and equip the interior of the building. We needed things like isolation condos, stainless steel cabinets, cameras for live streaming, clippers, medical supplies, a whole list of stuff. So we decided, you know, I think any good get-rich-quick scheme involves getting into the real estate market. So thanks to longtime supporters and friends to LAPS, Jamie and Corey Schrader from Schrader Brothers Realty, they helped us pull off our condo sales at the Muse and we were very successful in raising close to $60,000, with which we used to outfit the building. It was, needless to say, a big success, and we owe huge thanks to the Schrader brothers, the volunteers who gave their time on that day, and of course all of the condo purchasers. So thank you very much, guys. I want to thank the more than 450 people who made a donation so that this building could be a possibility, because they saw that our community cats have value. Thank you to the hundreds of people over the past 3 years who have hosted fundraisers, cheered us on, celebrated our accomplishments, and suffered with us on our setbacks. We couldn't have done it without you. We give you our most heartfelt thanks. We would like to take a moment to present a small token of our appreciation to the following people who have gone above and beyond in their support of LAPS. So if you don't mind, if you could come to the front if you're here when I call your name. So major donors, Township of Langley. The Schuin Foundation, if you could come up, please.
Drains it so quickly. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to shove it in? I'm just gonna sink it in your pocket.
Shelley Roche, who I think is somewhere sunning herself. So we'll save this for her. Catherine Welsman. Joe Zacconi.
She was going to.
Kayla was on the original committee and was here early this morning cleaning, but had to go home and get the baby. And this one for the Worldwide Chatters.
Woo!
One last one, I wanted to just present to Ian McDonald, who has been such a champion of our cause over the 3 years, and literally I can't even tell you how many times he had to redraw this building. So Ian, if you could come up. In closing, we're going to do our little ribbon cutting, but I see that Alana, both Alana Dale and Sherry Dale are here, Patty Dale's daughters, and they always so kindly support everything so many years later, and I think she would be proud of us. Yes. Yeah. I just also wanted to, I mean, there's a million people to thank, honestly, but Sukhdev has been here with our team for hours and hours, even last night late, trying to get everything hung and done at the last minute. So thank you very much, Sukhdev. So if the board could come up, we're going to do the ribbon cutting, which is actually that wrap. And so if Mayor Froze, if you could join us for the ribbon cutting, and Catherine, And Schuin Foundation, if you guys could come up.
We need a countdown. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
So we're just going to very quickly do a couple of other quick photo ops before we go into the belly. So if I could ask Ian at E&M Construction, Mayor Froze, could you come back as well? I can board members back. I know my fellow board members. Catherine. Okay, you gotta get in here. It's not that. Technically, it's not dry. Do you want me to take it? We might actually have to switch together. Everybody's switched up. Sorry, my bad.
Ready?
Anybody else?
Staff?
Staff? Do you want staff?
We need
here?
the shoe. Oh, and the shoe.
I'll make some room. Oh, no. They want to talk to staff while you're just on the board. Katrina, stay there. Katrina. You're still in.
TJW, that's... Oh, wait.
So thank you so much for your support. There are refreshments inside the building. We're going to be happy to show everyone around and to answer any questions that you have. So come on in!
Jane, people are parked on the street and should not be. Can you make...
If anyone is parked on the street, you might want to pull into the parking lot, and if you just drive around the back, there's a big grass field that you can park on.
Oh, that's just my paper. Thank you. Okay guys, we're gonna make our way in. So to answer the question about the person who cut the ribbon with the suit on, that's the mayor of the township of Langley. So he was very instrumental in helping make this happen and the funding and everything like that. So here we have the intake room. We have lots of cupboards and counter space to take a look at all of the cats and kittens in the future that will come to us at Labs. So right now, obviously, we have lots of goodies, so hopefully you're enjoying something delicious at home in honor of this. So we have a lot of the basics that you would need in a completely independent building. So things like phone, we'll have a computer station in here. We have all this cabinet and counter space, so we'll be able to keep everything that we need. You're welcome, Manny. Everything that you need to do the intakes effectively in here. So I'm just going to take you through to the next area, but obviously there's lots of people really excited to come through, so just have to make our way as quickly as we can. We have these really adorable kitten and cat napkins for our guests today. Louise, one of the volunteers and donors, got a lot of the food prepared for us here, and then she found these adorable cat napkins that we can use with our food, which is fun. Oh, thanks, Laura. So next we have our blacklight room, which was sponsored by Linda Borton and her husband Jerry. So it is dedicated for our favorite fungus, ringworm.
Oh, that's amazing.
So inside, it's basically a very fancy closet, so we can keep it super dark and the black light will be really effective. We're going to have an incubator in there, and then grow all the funguses that we perform here in the adjacent room. So here is what we're calling our Serenity Center. This is going to be used for lots of different things like TNR work, where we've previously been using another area in our shelter that's shared with places like our animal control officers bringing in stray dogs or things like that. It's been a little bit more challenging for our operations, so being able to use this independently is going to be really helpful. Also, we can keep healthy litters of kittens that don't have any infectious or contagious diseases. Oh, thank you. We're going to keep other cats that need just that extra space or extra time or things like that in here. So that's what this bedding and this stuff represents, is the future cats and kittens that will be living in here. There's going to be some extra cabinets down underneath where those dish racks are. We think this building is beautiful too. Behind the door, that closed door, is just the staff washroom. So again, everything that you need for fully independent building is in here and fully equipped. We have donor plaques in front of all of our suites. This is the Worldwide Chatters. So let's take a look and tour your suite. So we have your cabinets up here, countertop. So we have it fully equipped with our baby cat milk and bottles, and down here, that's part of the nursery package. Down here, we have, oh wow, something made a noise out there that started. Sorry. We have a live stream camera there, so that's gonna be able to record all of the cats and kittens that are staying in here. We expect lots of litters of kittens in these, obviously, because that's who typically takes up our isolation suites. So we have our cat scratcher here. Oh, I know what fell down. So we will obviously need to maybe take a quicker look at this and figure out a long-term solution, but we have these hummingbird feeders outside of the suites, and that's part of the entertainment package. So these kittens will be able to take a look out at these hummingbirds that we're inviting over to come up to the building, and that will just be a fun way to give them something else to look at. So inside, I believe we have this suite stocked. So we have all the towels in here, and then pail and cleaner. And our Snuggle Mom, a part of the nursery package as well, and the scale to keep track of how these kittens are progressing. We've got litter and food here. And for the little ones that need some extra heat, that heating pad that again was a part of the nursery package, some more food that we'll be keeping in here. So like I said before, we're hoping to make these completely self-contained. So we won't have to go back and forth between different rooms for anything other than dirty and clean laundry. We have our fridge in here. So inside the fridge is where we're going to be keeping vaccines and things that need to be kept cool. They're these cute little teeny tiny things. It's actually plugged in and cold right now. I can tell. So lots of fun toys will be in here. We have our cat scratcher and stretching post. There's little hides inside too for the kittens to enjoy. And we got our most favorite dishes for these. So they have the silicone bottom and the stainless steel, so they're really easy to disinfect, but they also don't slide around really easily either. So they're great for everybody. And we have 4 more suites just like this one. We have our isolation condos that we can look at as well.
This next room is Chris and Arnie Laborde's room.
Yeah, so Claire, this building is big for cats and kittens, but not for tons of people. So it's very crowded, and obviously everybody's really excited to be here.
So this next one is John and Catherine Windsor's suite. We have them all numbered, kind of like in our cat cottage. We have as the other one, other cat building. It helps just keep everybody on the same page of who needs what in what room. This up here is Louise Selby's suite. And then we have Sweet Jingle up here today just because she was this really desperate isolation case that just was such a good example of how important this building is. She wouldn't have survived without the dedicated help that we were able to provide. And the staff members that are animal care attendants, they are amazing. This is Janet Young's.
Nice light. Actually, look into that room.
So floor-to-ceiling windows in all of the suites and in all of the doors. So even if the sun is shining on, you know, on a different time of day, you're going to be getting it from across the hall from the different suites. So lots and lots of natural light. Yeah, it's incredible. And then just the paint color in here is really helpful too. I'm gonna take you into the laundry room. Excuse me, ladies. So this is our laundry room that's dedicated for this building. So again, this is in our hallway that we're designating kind of our contaminated or dirty hallway. And within that, we're going to take all of our laundry that we're using with our scrubs that we put over top for isolation and washing them in this building rather than having to take them back and forth and back and forth. And as you say, cheesy mice, there will be tons of laundry. We have to scrub up and scrub down for every room when we go in, and we are often going in at least 2 times a day. A lot of times it's like 5 or 6 times a day when you have the tiny kittens that need lots of extra help. So this is our floor mop sink. So we can get our mop buckets ready, do like some scrubs. Sorry, I'm totally blanking. We can soak them in bleach in that to try and disinfect them. We use it for lots of different things. And the rest of the stuff in this room is a little bit more boring, but quite honestly, it will be the most used room in this building, maybe next to the intake room, just because it's something that we need to be working with every single day. Next, we have our isolation condos. These are still under construction. We call in an E&M. Just had a bit of a delay with getting some of the materials for this. So we have these 3 separate condos in here, and I'll go inside one just to give perspective. So we built these to be able to clean with the door completely shut, with the animal care attendants coming in. So we're going to put in some perches in here, have lots of cat scratchers, and like the separate litter box and eating area. Oops.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're going to be huge. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit finished still, but the rest of the building can be used. It's so much bigger and so much more space.
And then we have 2 sponsors for these condos. We have Robin and Nadine Foreman from Animal Emergency Clinic of the Fraser Valley. They're an incredible partner of ours. And we have Susanna Weiss, who Jane had called up earlier. I think you may remember, but she wasn't able to make it. And yes, so that'll be for probably adult cats that have things like upper respiratory infections, calicivirus, that type of thing. So they won't be able to be in the same area as the healthy cats, but they still, it's still a much better environment for them to be able to promote healing. Got some of our Jerry Borden, our board members. This is the list of the contractors and other businesses that have partnered with us.
And we've got our kitten roundup on Saturday.
So as some of you have mentioned, this building came just at the right moment because our kitten roundup is scheduled on Saturday. So that is going to be the very first time where we get to use and see exactly how our intake room and blacklight room and putting those kittens right into our isolation suites so much more efficiently and effectively will work. So it's super cool to get to see that. We have so many amazing community partners here. There's Ian, our architect that Jane had mentioned. I'm just gonna sneak outside and show you guys some of the landscaping out there. It's a little crowded inside, so I thought maybe we could just talk about that. So we had to add this extra area of concrete here, so that it's an easy walkway from here to the shelter building. When animal care attendants are going to be working there, most likely they're going to be going through this designated clean intake room, which will be fully deep cleaned anytime we have anything that comes up that is contagious. Excuse me. And then once we do have something, once they are working in the hallways, we have this back door where they can take all of their garbage out directly to where our dumpsters are located on our site. So they don't have to go back through the clean area, and then they can, yeah, they can get back to work and not, oh, hey, there I am. Not disinfect, or infect, excuse me, any other areas of the shelter. So we have this nice grassy area. We're kind of thinking that maybe we'll have like some staff lunch benches, stuff like that. And then I'm not 100% where it's going to go, but it's going to be somewhere in between these two buildings. We're going to be putting our wall of heroes out here. So people who are visiting the shelter won't necessarily be able to go into the ISOasis building. So we're going to have the wall of heroes out here so we can recognize and thank those people more publicly. And then those of you who maybe one day get to come and visit us, you can see your name up there too. Actually, I'll go through the other side and then we can see maybe some of those hummingbird feeders that are intact. So lots of windows, we can see lots of people inside in that intake room. So there's one of the hummingbird feeders there. It's so nice, it's such a nice day that I can take you guys outside and take a look at this as well. So this will be kind of fun if we have any people that are especially connected to any litters, you can see them from the outside as well. The suites will look after a number of, it will comfortably fit many kittens and cats. And I don't have the exact number, but from our shelter capacity to now what our shelter and our ISOasis capacity, it's increased our capacity by 40% by having this building. So it makes a huge difference. And then not only is it increasing our capacity for cats in general, now we can take on so many more kittens and cats that have contagious diseases like ringworm, upper respiratory infections, those types of things. So it's a really, really big deal and so cool. So I think maybe I'll set you guys down into your suite just for a minute, and that while I check on a couple things. Yeah, all of this building was designed from the cat's perspective. So talking about the no dogs thing, it was designed just to be as low stress as possible. Cats are very sensitive. It's very easy for them to become even more stressed after their bodies are stressed from being sick. So it can take longer for them to get better. And that's part of the point of this building, is so that we can help, yeah, no dogs at all, so that we can help increase that and speed up that recovery time. So it's a first in Canada, first in North America to have a dedicated cat building like this. And it's basically like a cat hospital. So it's pretty cool to be a part of that history in North America. And you guys are a part of that too, just because of your incredible commitment to that. I'm gonna maybe put you set you here, see if I can get Janet to say hello. That would be worse. Finding this other Okay, I grabbed Janet.
Hi everybody.
Hey.
This is awesome.
Do you feel like it would be different in person than
Well,
like, is there anything that?
Yeah, I mean, you can see all of this live streaming. But
Yeah.
to be here and to see what they have for the cats, they've got a room to be able to detect ringworm. Such a simple thing you wouldn't think about, but it's fabulous. And each of these condos, they all have their window out to see the birds. There's some hummingbird feeders, and I mean, everything's just so clean, and it's just perfect. So it's an experience being here, and I'm really thrilled to be here to be able to experience it.
Thank you so much for coming. It's
Yeah.
so amazing. When I heard you were coming, I was like giddy
Well, I
that
didn't know that I
it could
did
happen.
it,
Yeah.
And it worked out. So
Yeah, I wish that all of you guys who are watching could be here in person too, but it's
Yeah.
so neat to have you
we'll
be able to
finish
make it out.
sharing it and
Yeah,
putting it
of
together.
course. I mean, they were such a big part of this and
Right.
so
And
supportive
show
along
their
the way.
room, their little white chatter room. It's there.
Yeah,
It's cool.
we're inside.
this the chatter room?
This is the chatter room. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Janet.
Oh, you bet. Thank
Yeah.
you. Enjoy everybody.
Thanks. Yeah, Annie, I'll just take you to the plaque right now. But I'll take a picture and I can send it to you as well. It might look a little bit better than what this video. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's, I'm just doing my afternoon stretches. Oh, Julia, I'm so sorry you're not able to be here, but I'm glad you're watching. Let me see if I can maybe get like one of the board members or Jane to say a quick hello. She's like, but I can't. But she please say hi to the. Yeah, we've got live stream going.
Hi everybody, I got pictures for Annie and everyone to see pictures of the worldwide chat room.
Ooh,
I'll send
awesome.
it out tonight.
Thanks, Linda. Let's see who else we can find.
Honestly, I almost deliberately detached myself from that situation. Yeah, because it's like
If you came over to my house, my girls would very easily give you off
It's a good one.
But he needed a only moment someone would.
Hi, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you. Hi, Rachel. Nice to meet you. I'm just live streaming right now. I'm marketing administrator. Yeah, it's just, I just want to make sure I said hello. Whereabouts are you guys based out of?
I'm the regional manager, so I'm responsible for all the shelters in the area.
Okay.
I manage our animal transfer program, so
Oh, cool.
live actually in all.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So, like, you'll move animals that are maybe in a less
Usually
popular
from the
area.
more over the open wilderness or maybe like the islands,
Yeah.
cruelty investigations, province.
So when we have like a big seizure, then she'll move into other branches that right.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to live in the same community anyway.
Not always,
Yeah.
It's all about like capacity for care, right? That's like you guys, we have all the ASV documents too, so it's just like making sure that we're getting that one. You're gonna watch behind you because I teach you. I want to check you out. I've had them for years. Yeah, so that's her role, and then I'm just responsible for all the shelters.
I used to volunteer at the Abbotsford Branch for
Did you?
How long ago got to work here? It's been 2015, 2016. Yeah.
And I think it's the most okay, yeah, it's still there.
Yeah. Cool.
We've done so we're hoping to combine children in Abbotsford in the next 10 years.
I remember reaching out to Chilliwack as well when I was looking into volunteering, and we were talking about how they were. And I think less. Yeah.
It's nice to meet you. What's your name again? Emily. Emily. Yeah. So we're here to nice to meet you. No, but I would be there. So Suzanne's on the camera with like touching the wand.
Hi there.
Yeah, this one is lemon. It was green, and I thought, oh, I wonder what they made it out of. She actually
See who else. Oh, Linnea! How does it feel now that it's Oh, yeah. It's probably the first thing that she's eaten today.
You are kind of part-time.
I didn't recognize you. And I just
Hey, Kayla. Can you say a few words to live stream?
Oh,
did you get some?
Oh.
Ever do they tie to a live stream? They've never met you before.
So does it feel real that it's open after so many years?
Crazy. When I was walking through here today, because all I seen was like pictures on. I've just seen like the draw, like the prop. What do you call those prints? Like
Oh, like the drawings or whatever you put.
And when me and Jane would even like a year or two ago, we would draw like would take
Oh, yeah.
section on and it seems so much bigger.
Yeah.
Can they hear you?
Yeah, I think they can. Yeah.
Okay. Outside. Look at their names.
So, any other thoughts about the ISOasis you want to share with our viewers?
It will be great for all the cats and kittens that come into the shelter. I think the lighting in here is amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably nicer than a lot of our other areas we have.
I think you're right. Totally. Yeah.
And I think it will improve like the staff, like them being able to come in here and do the intakes away from like the reception area, and when we hold big events like Kitten Roundup.
Yeah.
I think it will relieve stress in all areas of the shelter.
Totally. Yeah. Aw, you're famous, little man. Do you guys want to see some of the kittens that are in ISO now? Bye. So these
Great, right? Did you take a picture for Kim?
Good, how are you? Just showing some of our online supporters the building and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh, good. Louise has outdone herself for sure.
As always.
Yeah. I'm so glad you could make it today.
I couldn't get here at 1 o'clock. I had a physio appointment.
Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't have missed it.
It's such a cool day.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And
Did you see the cameras for the entertainment packages, like what you bought? Did you see the live stream cameras, for the entertainment package that you bought? Do you want to see? Sure. Yeah. So we're gonna use cameras for things like this, but we have them dedicated into the rooms. So I'll show you this room. Maybe I'll show you the next room. I just sneak in this room. So we bought things like the hummingbird feeder, so then the cats can watch the birds come through and get a little bit more excitement in their day. And then in order to share what the kittens are doing all day, we got these cameras, and it's for
it's for supporters like these live stream people, so then they can watch the kittens grow up anytime. And they're all from all over the world, so then they can tune in when they're, at their daytime in Australia or their daytime here.
And they're adoptable.
Yeah, and so a lot of times those supporters will really connect with a litter and help support them. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Pretty cool, right?
It is cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so we got some special toys and stuff for the kids. Of course, right?
Of course. Listen, lady loves toys. She's always got a toy in her mouth.
Oh, really?
She was
Was she doing well?
Oh, yeah. She was discharged in February. She's on parole now. She's, as I said to Jane, I think what happens when they come to the house, all these little evil tendencies kind of come to fruition. Like stealing. She's got teeth. Jumping on the doghouse from scratch. She's extremely agile, beautiful body, beautiful proportions, very strong, and no licking, no kisses,
Oh, really?
nothing. But she's sleeping soundly at night, and I'm sitting there, we're lying there, and everything's quiet. 4 o'clock, 4:35 comes, all of a sudden, pause, bang bang, the nose comes, and she wants to play.
Oh my goodness!
So I take her little paw and say, no! And the tail's going 100 times a minute.
I'm sure it's not funny for you at the time, but it's like a cat almost.
Almost. Like when she leaps on the couch with a chair, it's like a rabbit in one motion. She just
Maybe she's an agility dog or rallyo or something like that.
She's very good at it. Because she's also very smart too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that Dr. Founder said her body, she had a beautiful body. She said her temperament's off. She's calm, her temperament's off. The heart rate is lower, which is good.
Okay.
And she's not even announced overweight, which is wonderful.
Yeah. So they were doing something
but
right.
I have to keep her that way.
Yeah.
And I've never had a thin dog, so. So you know what I mean?
You're like letting a few things slide off your plate a little too often. I think people do that with dogs and cats. So, so my husband, of the two of us, he's the weak one when it comes to eating. So they know to target him. Yeah. So he has 3 animals sitting at his feet every time we eat. So he'll have to go first kitty, second kitty, dog, and then like go in the row again.
Like
and
me,
then...
I'm very weak. More than weak, just terrible weak. And they know when you're weak.
I know. You can just sense it. Are you all done with that?
Oh, I'll put it back.
I can take it for you. I just...
No, it's okay.
10 years ago.
I love the windows.
It's amazing.
It's
and
so bright.
I love in some of these suites how basically you're going to get light coming from both sides, right? So
people that bought those condos, they sure got money for $1.
Right.
Yeah.
So much.
Right.
This is our whiteboard, just as another thing, our worldwide viewers. So we're going to be using this to keep track of where the cats and kittens that are in each suite and condo. So we'll know like what kind of food they're eating, how far along in treatment they are, any other kinds of important information that we need to just at a glance be able to do that. So PJW, I know I haven't been able to watch some of these comments, but yes, the roundup will be held in this building. We're going to be completely using the roundup here. So it's going to be a really great test to see just how great this building is going to work and what other kinks we may need to work out in the future. Hey, how's it going? How are you? Good. I am. We have a lot of live stream, like online supporters, so I'm just giving them a little tour of the building. Have you taken a look yet? Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for coming. So this is our intake room. We're going to take every customer that comes in and assess it. And then if we do determine that they have anything contagious, we'll take them right to a suite the building. And so that keeps it a little bit better for our staff. And our nerdy black light room, where we'll be checking for ringworms. So awesome. Yeah, using the incubator and just black light in there.
That's very cool.
We have a fridge in there to keep the
Like
fungus away.
diagnostics though to have like on site.
Yeah. Yeah. So like right now we use our women's washroom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Not ideal.
No. Yeah. It's nice to have like the area. Yeah.
This is our staff washroom.
Okay.
We're calling this our Serenity Center.
Nice. Yeah.
Basically a multi-purpose room. So we'll use it for like TNR projects.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe like feral moms.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
it's a beautiful room though, with like all the light and stuff, right?
So even like as extra staff space, if we aren't using it at the time, we can use it for that.
Those are awesome. They're so cool.
Yeah. So we have this FRP in the other building too. We just didn't get to use it all the way up in like we wanted to here. So it's just easier to hose everything down and not have to be so careful about the dry flow. So that's part of why. Yeah. So even like extra litters of kittens that we can use for extra live streaming or things like that. So this this door separates clean and dirty. So in here we're going to be having more the designated sick animals. So these are the suites.
Like your door can't go so fast when I'm practicing my hands and cat food.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So we've tried to make them completely self-contained. So we have things like all the clean laundry and
So everything
stuff like that.
Own, like
Little snuggle mom.
That's nice. Oh, cute. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. And then just like pad, thermometer, clippers, all the stuff.
She's gonna take a picture and then send it to some other pro people.
Oh, totally.
Dr. Fontaine, she'll send it to him too. These are cute.
And the floors are heated.
They are. That's amazing. That's so handy for little kitties.
Yeah.
I have new heat in my bathroom floor. Like I just moved, and my roommate has 3 cats, and they're like always hanging on the bathroom floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many of these suites do you have then?
Just 5 suites. Okay. And then we have a room with 3 condos. So they'll house adult cats that have something, ringworm, upper rest, something like that.
Oh no. But he jumps on back all the time.
Oh no, that's okay. Condos are
ideas.
You get the idea of how big they are, but they're not. The full experience isn't quite there. Yeah, they're huge. So same idea as the ones in our other shelter. It's just huge. So for spot cleaning and stuff, we'll be able to go inside, close the door, and be in with the cat to do the stuff that we need to do. So they're building in like shelves that will be built in, and then we'll also have like cat scratchers and posts and stuff like that in there.
We're missing someone, so I came to look at the comments.
Oh. Yeah.
How are you guys thinking? I can come by you another day too. What's the best way to like come see you guys too? Because I never want to come by without phoning.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of work you into like my normal.
Oh, sure.
Should I just call and?
Yeah, I mean Tuesday to Friday. But Jane, Linnea, and I will all be there.
Okay.
So those are the best days.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like just quick visits. Like I'll just like pop in and out and check on you guys and stuff. Just
for sure.
Into like my normal kind of like rotation.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then how are you making out with food and stuff? Is it better now with those cards?
Linnea will know better than I will. I know we had a really successful day in February. We went out to the Giants game, and we had a volunteer that was like so good about being forward about that. We had lots of interest because we were doing a puppy kissing booth.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So that was a really good event. It's successful for getting lots of signups. I don't know what the orders have been like yet this year. Kid season's just kind of starting. So, yeah, but we're working on getting it out at every event.
So it'd be awesome if you end up having like more than enough, right? So we're because you're still primarily feeding the kittens.
The moose.
Yeah. Just you're using some of the other brands for some of the dog stuff primarily.
And adult cats we're using the Earth options for, but kittens we're using.
How's it going? Good. Thanks for coming. Thanks for having me. Sorry I was a little bit late. I was setting up at the dog show today too, so it's like double. It's like hijack this weekend, and then the dog show and stuff too. So I'm kind of like running around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
I'm glad you can get here.
Yeah,
and
I'm so happy. I have this really so nice. Yeah. And we were just talking about the little cards, how they're working out. Make sure you guys have enough for food.
I think it's working.
Good. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything at all. So.
I feel like we got a pretty good. I know Sean actually emailed me long ago, and he was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
good.
it was a pretty good amount that we had a credit for.
Oh, good.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes me happy. Because I was gonna offer, like, if we need to again, like, get some of my stores to do some of the parts.
Well, that would always be
I changed
helpful.
my mind here, work.
Yeah, we can always get. I can always get some stores to do like
Oh,
some
that's
more.
so nice. Yeah.
Sure. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you have a good supply, and hopefully, like in the long run too, we'll be able to build up enough where you just have enough.
Yeah.
For everything. Yeah, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Actually, like completely blanked. We should have some out today.
Oh yeah.
I could get some out in like some of the counters and stuff in here because that would be super helpful.
Yeah,
Everybody's
I know
got
it's just
people
like, it's
here.
hard to keep it. It's
Yeah.
often like hindsight. It's like
Yeah.
after and you're like, oh, that would have been perfect. It's like they got forgotten about a little bit at the gala too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they were out. It's just that they were at that table that fewer people visited.
Right.
So it's just hard.
Yeah.
And-
hopefully too, like maybe even next year for the gala, especially, or like some other events too. I can come and do
Yeah.
some of the like work too.
Yeah.
Get some, cause
Even at reception or like when people sign it, we should have just done it down there. I think.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. 'Cause then you kind of hit everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially when you have like the animal lovers coming anyways,
Yeah.
they're gonna be more inclined to
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Well, I'll. I don't know what to say, but I'll make a point to call like Tuesdays or Fridays when I'm
Sure.
gonna be working.
Yeah, that'd be great
Some
to
of my
see you.
territory is like far from here.
Oh,
but when
okay.
I'm in this area,
Yeah.
and then I can like pop in and just
Yeah.
touch base. Because then if it looks like there's gonna be, we can just be a bit more proactive, right?
Sure, yeah.
So we're not dealing with it when it's like
Yes, and the aftermath of something that could have been preventable. That's the laundry room, so rather than having to take infected clothes and stuff over.
There's so many things you have to think about. Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at what point then would like a cat be deemed like healthy here and then go over to?
So we do 2 funguses or ringworm or PCRs.
Yeah.
And so as long as we have 2 positive or negative,
Yeah.
then we'll take them out. And usually when it comes to kittens, they're big enough that they just need to be spayed or neutered and adopted right away.
Right.
They're so popular that it's easier for us to adopt them out. So yeah, it's just a matter of that.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, good. I'm glad you like it.
Now, with the volunteers able to, are we allowed over here to clean, or is that?
It's going to be a separate training process. So I think at first we're going to just keep it at staff and see how it goes. It's going to be locked, so we're just going to have to
Play by ear.
Yeah, see how.
Iron out the wrinkles.
But if it's something you're interested in, it's a lot more involved just because you do need to figure out understand the protocols or whatever. But it's not hard. It's just a lot more work. Yeah.
You have to follow the rules.
Yeah. And it's time consuming or whatever, right? But yeah, maybe let Linnea know that if you're interested in getting involved with it, then she can put you on a list or something. And Amy, yeah.
So now, if you find a stray, so it comes here first?
Yeah. So it's going to go through that building, in that room there. We'll do exactly what we do in that in the trainer's room that we do now. So we'll take its temperature, take a look at its teeth and its ears, give it a good cleaning, do the black light, and then just take its weight, all the stuff basics that we need, take its picture, and then if we have anything that looks like it's a positive, then they'll go into one of these suites. Yeah. And then it'll stay in that cottage for a couple weeks until we make sure everything's good and clear. Yeah. And then it'll go into the shelter. Yeah. Cool. Super cool. Oh, it's so much less crowded in here now.
Now you can take your pictures.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm videoing for some of our supporters.
Nice job.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
Yes.
Sounds good. Thanks so much for coming today.
Yeah, that was good. It's a nice turnout. I thought at
Yeah.
first, I thought, oh no.
Yeah, Thursday afternoon. What's it gonna look like? Okay guys, I'm gonna show you the kittens that are currently in isolation, and then I think I'm gonna sign out. Maybe try and catch Jane if I can. But those kittens that are in our isolation suites now, they're gonna be transferred over here, obviously, so they can get the top-notch treatment. So. Okay, so we've got this group of 4. Yes, the roundup will be on this channel, so definitely take a look on Saturday starting at probably around 11 o'clock. So we've got these little sleeping kittens. They're gonna get even more space in our isolation suite. And then, oh, we've got these, sorry, 7. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. Hi, buddy. These guys were the ones that we were bottle feeding every couple hours when they first came in as well, because they weren't able to eat on their own. Oh, this little gray floof is such a ham. It always comes up to say hello to me, so he or she is my favorite right now. Oh. They're so cute. Hi. They have ringworm. They also had upper respiratory infections, but I think they're doing a lot better now. But these were the kittens where their eyes were swollen shut. So we were cleansing their eyes every 2 hours, but they were still sealing shut at first, even after we were wiping them down. It was really, really sad. But obviously now, look at how good and happy they look. So cute, right?
I know. You go by and they just come running. They're just like, oh, sweethearts, I can't come in.
I know. They're all so floofy.
You know, and I'm like, I can't come in there, sweeties. I really want to.
I know.
They just want cuddles. They're cute. So Ellie is good enough to let me come here.
Oh yeah.
I'm here now at least. I went from when I took her home, like, I mean, I couldn't get to the door. I would walk to the door and walk it back, you know. So you got a baby step.
Yeah.
And I could get my hand on the doorknob, and then I could go out and you know.
Oh, yeah.
So finally, we're up to about 2.5, 3 hours. I'd never leave her longer than that. And you know, if we go in the evenings or whatever, we have a dog sitter.
You guys are
so
she like completely won the lottery.
Well, and
that's amazing.
It's the easiest job in the face of the earth because the dog sitter just sits on the couch and all he wants to do is come up in your lap. That's all she's ever wanted.
Yeah.
So they just, you know, they get paid $15 an hour to sit there with the dog on their lap. It's really stupid, but
yeah, but it saves your house from a lot worse damage probably.
Well, actually, she didn't damage the house. She just panicked, but she didn't do any damage.
Oh, that's good.
Panic.
But yeah, I mean, your peace of mind is also worth
So now we're working on the car.
Oh, does she not like car rides?
No, we're up to going around the block.
Oh my goodness! So like, what happens with that?
Which is a long ways from where we started. Oh, she would just when you went towards the car, she would just pull back, and if you just plugged her in the car, she would pant and shake so bad. I was afraid she was going to have a heart attack in there. Oh. And I have put her on Zyclene. Yeah. To try and calm her for all of these things, and but yeah, no. So in the car, like I said, it came super baby steps there. But anyway, we're up to around the block, and I'm sure I can push that for you now.
Yeah.
I want
hot dogs. That's the only time she gets hot dogs. It's a car. I head up the streets.
Yeah, you gotta match the reward with the work, right?
The other one is the dog reactive.
She's still
walks and
pretty
stuff. She's
spicy.
We avoid, we do a lot of turnarounds and, we have a little work around. And yet if I have people over with dogs, because I've tried it on a few occasions, loves it. Loves when a dog comes into her house, she wants to play with them in the backyard. I'm thinking, I can't, my trainer and I are both trying to figure this one out, because we truly just did not like dogs, you know, when we were out on the streets and stuff, but yet she'll walk with my dog walker's dog, she'll walk with my trainer's dog. Funny. And she'll have dogs in the house, but on the street, and I mean, she goes ballistic on the street. She's got a half a block is her zone. Anything closer than half a block. She loses. Like, I mean, I've had times I've picked her up and ran for 2 blocks the other way just to get her home.
Wow.
God, come on. We can do this.
Yeah, totally.
We're working on it, but she's...
Hey. I think she's in the shelter. Is she still out there? Yeah, I would suspect she's still in the new building.
I was just there. I didn't see
Oh.
her.
Well, I'm gonna go on a hunt for her as well to try and get her take. What time is it? Oh, man, time flies.
Okay, take care. Safe travels. Bye.
Thanks, Joe. Do you want me to give your best to Jane?
Yes, please. I can't
Sure.
find her anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know where she is. I know she's small, but she's not that small.
Yes.
So I went everywhere, and the building's not that big, so.
Also true. You could just be doing, like, it's kind of classic in this shelter building to just be, like, going circles
Well, that
and
one's
opposite.
round. That one's a straight line. That's the difference. So you're just going up and down.
I see. I think, no, that's Laura.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
Well, give her my best when you see her. All
yes.
right.
Thanks, Joe. Yep, see ya. I've disconnected. Okay, I'm reconnected. Are you ready? I found Jane, guys.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm eating.
Yeah. So, how does it feel to have the ISOasis finally open? This cat intake?
It's amazing. I actually, I was, I think up until a couple of days ago, I was very stressed. And then once you get this close, you realize there's really nothing you can change. So you might as well just do it.
Yeah.
And now that everyone's had a chance to see it, it's been extra exciting.
Okay.
Wanted to share it. Like Janet came and Eileen came from Alberta.
Oh yeah, I missed Eileen.
Which is pretty exciting. And Jeffrey is here. That's the exciting
Are you going to
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a former member. Only by last night. Since last night.
Thanks, Jane. I think that's the best way to sign off. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. And yeah, thank you. And we'll see you next time on Kid Round Update, Saturday from 11 to 4.